To win in life, recognize and learn to accentuate your virtuous cycles and disrupt your vicious cycles. I'm sure that most of us have had very bad days and some very good days. Have you ever wondered why? Why does a bad day sometimes start off badly and it becomes worse as the day progresses? Also, how can we make a good start to a day better than it is? How can we try and limit our bad days and enhance our good days? To win in life, you have to reflect, recognize, and think about the cycle of incidents, occurrences, and happenings that make a situation better or worse than what it originally was. Life, as you know, is a cycle. Everything you do or don't do comes round. So have you heard about the proven concept of virtuous and vicious cycles? Let's say you have. But have you really given much thought as to how it affects your personal life, career, or business? The concepts of virtuous and vicious cycles are critically important in your career and business, whatever the size, scope, or industry. For individuals and businesses, a lack of understanding of this concept could mean serious jeopardy to their career, personal life, or business. Most folks go about life not even giving heed or totally ignoring the situations and V-cycles in their life. Some think that it's coincidence, fate, or their horoscopic status that brings the good or bad situations in their life. I cannot say for sure that it is not coincidence or fate. What I can assure you is that if you recognize and know whether it's a virtuous or vicious cycle at play, you can accentuate or disrupt it as needed, so as to limit the damage or enhance the benefits it can bring. Hello, and welcome to the Win Unfairly channel and blog. Are you a winner? Indeed, yes you are. You've taken the step to ensure that you have the tools and skills necessary to succeed and win in life by taking your time to watch this video. You have come to the right place, as the ideas, thoughts, guidances, tools, and skills outlined in this channel are not your run-of-the-mill skills and tools that you might find in other videos or blogs. This channel and blog is dedicated to help you win in life, win unfairly at that, as not many will have access nor understanding of how these ideas, concepts, and thoughts can be applied for our personal success. Some of these might be taught in schools or universities. What you are seeing here are based on over 40 years of my hands-on global working experience. If your company or you need me to present this or other topics as a training, seminar, or event, or if you want to discuss consulting or business development opportunities worldwide, please email me at john@winunfairly.com. More on myself a bit later. So why do some folks seem to win in life always and are better at everything they do? Does it seem unfair to you? I use the terms unfairly on purpose. These folks that win consistently have the tools and resources to win, hence my use of the term unfairly. I've often noted in my discussions with many folks, small business owners and/or investors, their utter lack of understanding of these concepts, and am saddened to see how they are putting their personal lives, careers, and businesses at risk, or how they themselves are limiting the growth of their business through misinformation or lack of understanding. In fact, even large companies, governments, politicians, and others make the classic mistake of not accentuating a virtuous cycle or not disrupting a vicious cycle to their own detriment. All it takes are identifying the key areas and taking a few common sense-based steps. Once you take these steps, you will find an immediate difference to your bottom line, no matter how hopeless the personal or business situation may have seemed earlier. Early on in my career, I used to ignore these cycles and make the situation worse than it was. I have also lost or foregone opportunities by not accentuating a good cycle. Recognizing and acting on these cycles have made a tremendous difference in my personal and professional life. It's almost so simple and straightforward that it's amazing that the majority of folks that I've come across seem totally oblivious to this. I want you to know that this is based on my personal observations and experiences of over 40 years across many companies and countries. As always, this is real-life nuts and bolts experience for you to win unfairly in life. By now, you might be wondering as to who I am. First, a few words about myself. My name is John Lincoln, and I am the author of a book called Connect the Dots, a playbook to help you connect to your customers and profits. Here's a link to buy my book at Amazon. I have hired, led, and managed 1,000 plus people just like you. I've run billion-dollar business units or helped to contribute significantly to businesses worth billions of dollars in many global brands and countries, including the USA, Japan, UK, India, UAE or Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, Brazil, and Malaysia. I've also been blessed and privileged with so much success that I want to share with you my learnings, observations, and thoughts so that you can avoid the many mistakes that I have made in my over 40 years of global professional life. You can also find out more about me at my website, www.winunfairly.com, or on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/John Lincoln. As I mentioned before, if your company or you need me to present this or other topics as a training, seminar, or event, or if you want to discuss consulting or business development opportunities worldwide, please email me at john@winunfairly.com. So we are back to the important concept of V-cycles. First of all, what is it? The concept of virtual or vicious cycles can have a critical impact on our personal or business life. These describe a set of controlled or uncontrolled events that reiterate or reinforce themselves through a feedback loop. A virtuous cycle accentuates and enhances the outcome, while a vicious cycle diminishes or often destroys the outcome. Both cycles have positive or negative feedback loops, in which each reiteration of the cycle reinforces the first outcome. These cycles will continue in their positive, virtuous, or negative, vicious, direction, and will build up to a critical mass until it is disrupted by forces or factors that diminishes or reduces the negative or positive outcomes until finally the cycle is broken. For many individuals, small business owners, and business professionals in particular, a lack of understanding of this concept can lead to a rapid deterioration of their career or the demise of their business. Without a full appreciation of its power, individuals and business executives are putting themselves and their business at risk and are limiting the growth of their careers or business. To their own detriment, many individuals, small and large companies, governments, politicians, and others make the classic mistake of not accentuating a virtuous cycle and/or not disrupting a vicious cycle. So here are 4 real-life scenarios for you to ponder, reflect upon, internalize, and truly understand as to why accentuating or disrupting V-cycles play an important role to winning in life. Real Scenario 1. Someone's personal situation, a simple quarrel or misunderstanding with your wife. Imagine an early morning when you are just getting ready to go to work. Your wife or life partner suggested or brought up some money-related discussions. You were probably hurrying to get to work and probably not in the right frame of mind to discuss money matters. This simple discussion probably led to a slight quarrel, and you left your home in a bad and/or angry mood. You probably called your wife to continue the discussion on the phone. The discussion heated up again, and you didn't notice a car in front of you. You accidentally knocked its rear. There was only slight damage as both vehicles were moving slowly due to heavy traffic. You are now more peeved as you needed to wait for the police to come and investigate and sort out the insurance liabilities. You are already delayed, and you enter the office fuming at the turn of events in your morning. A colleague comes over and says something that triggers you to yell at that person. Now there's a verbal altercation triggered with your colleague. You're probably walking away into another meeting. Probably one of your colleague's comments further triggered and exacerbated the situation further. You probably got more angry and said some very unpleasant and unprofessional stuff to this particular colleague. This colleague reports you to the Human Resources Department. You are suspended. Now imagine what would have happened if you recognized at the first instance when your wife and you were discussing that this could be a vicious cycle event and that you needed to disrupt it. You probably would have got to work happily, driven safer, and be very much more pleasant with your colleagues and not have a dent on your record with your employer. This is the power of V-cycles. In this instance, all you need to do was to recognize the vicious cycle that you were in and disrupted it immediately, so as not to exacerbate the situation further. Real Scenario 2. Business situation. Hiring and firing. Imagine that your business is expanding and that you need to hire a manager for your business. Assume that you had put limited or no due diligence on the hiring effort. In other words, no background check, no reference checks, and you personally were not involved in the hiring process. Now you have an incompetent manager on board. Generally, incompetent people can be insecure and therefore highly ineffective. Experience shows that incompetent managers don't hire competent people. They hire weaklings that do not challenge them because they are insecure. Weak employees don't strive for excellence, whether in customer care, finance, sales, marketing, or any function. This will inevitably result in poor customer service, low sales, low innovation, and poor financial management. As a consequence of weak marketing, sales, customer care, and finance employees, the company will not be able to acquire new business, nor retain its customers, nor effectively manage its cash flow due to low or no new revenue or leakage of revenue. All this is further compounded by the fact that the manager and the finance department are incompetent. The incompetent manager will now recommend to the owner that staff will need to be cut so that expenses can be managed to conserve cash. This will result in further erosion of sales, customer care, and cash flow. It will obviously result in poor sales and therefore declining revenues, possibly leading to the bank withdrawing credit facilities. You are now unable to sustain the business and it is forced to close. As evident from this example, a simple act like not putting enough due diligence on hiring key employees ultimately could bring a business down. What would you have done? How would you disrupt this vicious cycle? Look around many businesses and it soon becomes apparent that this is not fiction. The wrong people get hired because someone liked their looks, ethnicity, or that they came in cheap. Imagine the opportunity cost put on the table by these stupid and short-sighted decisions. Imagine how demotivated the good, high-performing employees must be watching an incompetent getting paid more than them while they slowly destroy the business. Real-life scenario 3. Pricing. Imagine a restaurant offering a menu that can entice the gastronomical exigencies of any passing customer. It is vital that the menu is priced correctly. It has to be competitive. There are many well-known restaurants in the area. The incompetent company accountant, perhaps the same person from the previous scenario, advises you that the menu has to be priced to produce a margin of X% based on some idiotic, fully allocated costs and volume of sales based on current trading levels, inappropriately allocated across all the fine cuisine and drinks that are listed on the menu. Costing is done by the incompetent accountant based on the fully allocated model and current volumes, and not one based on variable costs or one price to drive increased sales. Marketing leverage to set the pricing correctly is diminished due to these fallacious cost assumptions. Marketing is unable to address the perceived value of the service and food proposition to its customers. Due to low volume assumptions and the need to generate a reasonable margin, prices set relatively high. Marketing is neither assertive nor competent enough to challenge the finance team's assumptions. Customer demand decreases. Price is again reset based on decreased demand and more fallacious assumptions. Revenues and customers are in decline. Good employees leave due to their inability to generate enough tips. The management is advised by the accountant to curb costs and put in excess control due to the decreased demand. The restaurant buys cheaper quality raw materials and downgrades or downsizes critical customer-facing and kitchen employees. Service deteriorates, sales dwindle to a halt. Revenue drops, and the restaurant is hardly able to survive. The rest is history. By now, you would have noted that an important decision in pricing, which is the purse string of any company, left to an accountant and/or a management team that fail to really understand the business, can mean the death knell for any enterprise. Real-life scenario 4. Sales targets and customer service. Imagine you are a distributor of office equipment in the region who has recently won the sole distributorship rights in a country for a major well-known original equipment manufacturer, or OEM. You won this right for sole distributorship due to your excellent sales record. You have just been given a new sales and revenue target by your principal, the OEM. Your goal is to reach a certain sales target in the current fiscal year. The company hires additional salespeople, an operation that went well due to the experience of having successfully done it in the past and seeing sales increase. The customer service team is under a heavy burden to service the increasing demands, However, these problems are not apparent to you due to focus on driving increased sales. Some past loyal customers begin to complain of poor service. The company is not unduly worried as it is bringing in a lot of new customers. The unsatisfied customers start to desert the business. Your sales folks are burdened with calls for support from your dissatisfied customers as they are not getting the requisite service from your customer service and after-sales service departments. Your sales folks respond positively. They are excellent sales folks that will not ignore their customer requests. The sales team is not able to meet their targets as they are spending a lot of their productive time on after-sales service issues. The company's top performers leave the company due to their disillusionment of the management's lack of focus on service, resulting in their losing their income. Sales deteriorate. The company imposes cuts. Non-sales folks are impacted the most. Customer service deteriorates further, and customer churn increases. Sales continue to drop as your remaining sales folks are unable to focus on bringing in the incremental new sales, but are rather compelled to attend to customer service issues. Your principal withdraws your sole distributorship rights. Your competitors smell blood. You are history. Now you have watched and heard about these 4 real-life scenarios. What would you have done differently? Many times, individual small business owners and large business executives ignore to their own detriment issues that are not bringing immediate incremental sales or cash flow. How would you have disrupted the feedback loops that were destroying these companies? The point of the 4 real-life examples are that your personal or management time, attention, and dedication is needed across any business or personal situation, from peace at home to hiring, to investing in new propositions to extend your product life cycle, and spending on customer service and marketing. These will all determine whether you are happy and if your business is able to sustain, prosper, and win. Do not be fooled by the tunnel vision of not recognizing these cycles. Pay attention and disrupt your vicious cycles while accentuating the positive feedback loops. You will need courage, vision, and understanding to take your career and business to the next level. Life is unpredictable, but it really is in your power to disrupt any reinforcing feedback loop, positively or negatively. By being aware of the potential upside and downside of virtuous and vicious cycles, it definitely can make a difference on how we conduct our personal, professional, or entrepreneurial life. Know it, sense it, and act upon it. A virtuous cycle can eventually transform into a vicious cycle if negative feedback is ignored. So be a winner and go out there and apply these important concepts to win and succeed in life. I want you to know and be assured that I am intimately aware of and have personally applied and used these V-cycle concepts for my personal growth and success, especially during the latter part of my career. It has worked out well for me. Be a winner always. Go out and confidently win in any situation in life. Know that you are better endowed now than ever. So go out there and win unfairly and succeed in life. If your company or you need me to present this or other topics as a training, seminar, or event, or if you want to discuss consulting or business development opportunities worldwide, please email me at john@winunfairly.com. If you liked what you saw, or if you think your team, customers, employees, friends, family, or others can benefit from this, please forward this link. Hit like and subscribe below. Don't forget to share this video, especially to all the folks who are aspiring to win and succeed in life. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please subscribe below as I will be adding new videos very often.